Just kind of put them in there and then like call it a day, you know?
Yeah, he makes it sound so easy. I think
I'm oversimplifying it a lot.
He only has a degree at San Diego State for this.
I think the hardest part for Brian is just like breathing.
Yeah, that European pant cut, you know, where
European pant cut?
it's like a little higher. So when you sit down, it's like
It comes
your
up.
ankle show.
Oh, okay.
Like at weddings, you know?
I see.
All right, we ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
Righty.
What's going on, everyone? This is Brewpac.shakur.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Art.
This is Brian.
And this is Carldee.
Welcome back, Carldee.
Welcome
yeah,
back.
yeah.
Glad to have you back, my friend.
Yeah.
I'm glad to be back, y'all.
Where we're creating community connections through casual conversations. Episode 453. 40.
453.
Yeah. Please do us a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel. It does help us out. The road to 500. Before we get to our segment, we like to read testimonials on the show. These come from our community members, taken from either conversations, comments, and or direct messages. AKA...
DMs.
I was like, might as well.
We'll roll with that. Art,
Yeah.
take it away.
All right, today's testimony that comes from at alphacyro.inc. Good pass. Why is it so hard to read today?
Take a sip. Let's take a sip
think-
together.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, do we not cheers?
No.
Oh, shoot.
Oh,
Cheers.
yeah.
My bad.
Yeah.
Was that not on the thing?
No. All right, now you gotta plug this
Yeah.
in. All right, cheers.
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 That's
A little
why.
nervous.
Yeah.
That's why he doesn't have his coffee.
Yeah.
2.6 carbs. Yum.
All right.
All right, now we're ready.
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
All right. So this one, again, is from at alphacyro.inc. Good podcast and a great episode, referring to the Boar's Hope episode. Good time to reflect and think about 25 year coming up. Guy with sunglass emoji.
Nice.
Thanks.
I like that little plug. Thank you. And he plugged in 25 year. This is probably from Geoff. But thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Did that happen already? Or is it?
Yeah.
It already happened.
These
Okay.
Last year.
These are old, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Carldee.
Yo,
What's
yo.
going on? What you got
Hey.
going on?
Hey, so since I last been here, we are currently on the road to 100 card shows. And, next month, we will be at the Las Vegas card show. I believe it's from April 17th to 19th.
Nice.
And then
In 2 months.
In 2 months.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, because it was coming up.
Yeah, well, this comes out in March, but
Yeah.
The way
That's why I was
time
like,
now,
the way time
yeah.
works.
Just let us speak, Jason.
I got
Just
you,
let us
I got
speak.
you. And then
Who knows?
April 25 to 26, we'll be flying into Santa Clara for the East Bay Card Show. So gonna be our first time up in the Bay. That's gonna be fun.
Ooh.
nice.
And last time we were here, I showed a Umbreon card that was like, it was like a $500 PSA 10 card. But this time around, we got the Moonbreon, which is like a $3,600 to $3,800 card. It's beautiful.
Damn.
This is one of the most sought out cards in like
Oh, really?
Pokemon. And
Wow.
and eBay, this sells like 5 to 10 times a day. Like that's how liquid it is. Like people want this like every day.
It's a nice little border.
Yeah, like this is
If you look at it when it reflects too, the foiling is kind of cool.
Can you show so I can zoom in post?
Yeah.
this is what a nice card looks like.
Nice.
PSA 10 though, you gotta make sure that it's in
Yeah.
the gem mint condition. Can't just have it raw. Like if you have it raw, the raw version's at least going for 18 to 1900. So
Oh,
it's like
still
still
good.
pretty
Yeah.
expensive. But once that hits probably like over 2K, then the card usually like is double in value of like whatever the raw card is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
And
How much is Logan Paul's card? That he
that
still
he
wears?
sold the Pikachu?
Oh, he
one?
sold
He
it?
sold it. He actually sold it
shoot.
recently with Ken Golden Touch.
Okay.
The guy, like they're supposed to be the most expensive, like collectible. Like,
Yeah.
they're the like high end luxury one. They
Netflix.
Netflix.
Yeah,
Exactly.
okay.
I started watching it just because I was like, okay, this is it falls along with my industry, and I was
Yeah.
like, let's see what like high end collectibles look like, and how do they market it? How do they? What are their strategies to like get people to like really like pay that top dollar value, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like you could go to a card show and like no one's gonna drop like millions of dollars at a card show.
Yeah.
But like, you know, in order to get those high ticket sales, like what does the behind the scenes look like and how do they work with those people? Because like when I saw like watching it, I was like, dang, like that's crazy. He flew, you know, Logan Paul out. He straight up like brought him to kind of like advertise it, and they were selling like slots to get like marketing. Basically, they're like, oh, the reason why you're buying this card is for the marketing purposes also, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I thought that was crazy. It's like, I think it sold over for like $5 million, $6 million with the buyer's premium. And I was like, dang, they're making bank off that
Oh,
card.
I bet.
Yeah. And there's a lot of scandal about that card because it's like, oh, how is this a PSA 10 when there's like scratches or there's like dings? So then there's like a lot of articles going around, a lot of content creators that are like, hey, like, this is like really questionable like activities between, you know, like these people, because it's like a 10, they're very, if you're a normal person submitting a card and for it to get a 10, it's like really hard, you know what I mean? But like if these guys are submitting it, it's like all of a sudden like they are willing to look the other way type thing, you know, when it comes to like the grading. But you know, it is what it is, but that's how the money works in that, you know, industry, I guess.
Did you see the hot Cheeto one of Charizard?
Yeah, bro.
How much was that going for?
I don't know, thousands,
Thousands,
bro.
right?
Like that's the crazy.
Hot Cheeto Charizard?
Yeah, there's a Charizard that's shaped like there's a hot Cheeto that's shaped like Charizard.
Yeah.
And they have
And
a
they framed
Netflix.
it.
Yeah, and they have a Netflix episode on it.
What the heck? What's the Netflix as a show?
It's I believe like Golden Collectibles.
Something like that.
Yeah, Golden Touch or something like
Yeah.
that. But,
Oh.
or King of, he's basically Ken Golden is supposed to be like the king of collectibles.
Okay.
And then they have like different episodes of like how they go and source their, you know, high ticketed items and stuff like that, which is good because it's like it shows you like how legitimate like the cards that they actually have. It shows authentication instead of just like this is something that just came up, right?
Yeah,
It's
right.
like you get to see the whole journey of like how they source these collectibles.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty dope. Hopefully someday I'll be on that show. You know,
That'd be
like,
cool.
Like that'd be like I have a really expensive card. I want you to consign it, right?
Consign, yeah.
Consign it, yeah. There's a lot of like bigger like content or like shop owners that are like consigning.
Yeah.
And like there's this guy Ryan's Card Out. He went out to San Diego recently.
Oh, nice.
This is a guy like who was just picking up like cards to consign, and he was giving pretty good rates on like what his sales were. And so, but I think it's because he's incentivized, because if he reached like, I think like what, 10 million or 100 million in sales, something along those lines. But if he reached like a goal, like he'll be like lifetime guaranteed by eBay type thing.
Oh,
like,
wow.
You know what I mean?
That's cool.
It's like, there's different motivations for different people.
Yeah. And that helps eBay out too, right?
Yeah, exactly. Because now everyone's hopping on eBay. Why would you go on Whatnot or these other streaming or like live stream sites when, you know, you have that?
Yeah. Someone's pushing for eBay.
Exactly.
Okay.
And it's one of the oldest, right? eBay is one of the oldest like places where you can buy collectibles.
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
just stuff in general.
yeah, in general, yeah.
Oh.
Nice. Talking about collectibles, what you got next?
Yeah, so basically, Silphco has now some merch. We got hats. We will try to we do have pins. We have some keychains.
Is that pin right here?
That's right. We got
Yeah.
these,
Okay.
you know
It's a
what
little
I'm
Gengar
saying?
pin.
Little Gengar pin, Gengar. So
Yeah.
yeah, we got a little merch that we're starting to slowly come out. So hopefully we'll try to get that online also. Right now, everything is either could be purchased at our Culture Vibe location, or you will see it at our card shows. So we usually try to bring them along with us. But if you are local to San Diego and you have not been to Escondido Mall's merch shop, we have a spot inside Culture Vibe. So come check it out. Make sure to say what's up. And yeah, that's where we have most of our merch located.
Oh shoot.
Dang, that's Culture Vibe also holds Illa Manila as well too.
Yeah, I believe so.
Are you guys close to their spot?
I'm not sure. I haven't stopped by their spot, but
Okay.
I know there's a lot of vendors at Culture Vibe. It's not just like Pokemon or like, you know, there's like collectibles from comics. You got like freaking people that sell like collectibles from like movies and TV shows. They have a variety of different vendors, not just
dang.
collectibles. There's even like a shop there that sells like fitness clothing, right?
Okay.
Or someone would be selling like supplements.
Yeah.
So they have mostly collectibles because that's why people go to the mall, right? But the vendors there's a lot. Whether it's Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, One Piece is blowing up like crazy.
Yeah.
A lot of vendors have started selling One Piece. And then also like Magic the Gathering. That's a lot of like all the trading card games. There's a vendor for every type over there.
My brother's into Magic the Gathering, and he's telling me that how they have Ninja Turtle cards now.
Yeah,
That's coming out soon.
Oh, it's coming out.
It's coming out. It's not out yet.
Damn, that's crazy.
yeah. Magic the Gathering was like they're like Thanos, bro. They're collecting all the different like.
I hate it.
Like
You don't like that?
Yeah.
I mean, okay, it's like a whole thing. Like,
We got a purist in here, right?
huh? No, it's not pure. It's not purist. It's just like I was fine with it when it wasn't part of because there's a rotating series of like standard. So
Yeah.
like I was fine with it when it was like for other formats where you can have any other cards or whatever. But when it's part of like the standard rotating format, it's a little weird.
Oh.
And it's kind of
Spider-Man?
like, well, I mean, like, yeah, Spider-Man. That Spider-Man set was shit. Like, mechanic wise, yeah. A lot of people hated Spider-Man, so it didn't really sell that well either.
Damn.
Yeah, because it was like repurposed from. It was supposed to be meant as like a limited kind of thing, but then they made it a whole set. So there's a lot of cards that are either doubles of stuff, or doesn't make sense, So I just hate it because like, they're releasing so much product because it used to be before where they would like release stuff, like maybe 3 times a year, 4 times, like 2 to 3 times a year kind of thing. And that gave you a lot of time to kind of get to know the cards and stuff like that. But like they keep releasing, like there's 7 sets supposed to be this year, which is insane. And half of those are non-Magic IP. So like all the actual Magic IP, they're getting drowned out and stuff like that. So it's like a whole thing. I could go off.
Do you play, Brian? Or have you played it in the past?
I play there's a format called Commander, which is like it's 100 cards. Like it uses all the cards from like all the
100.
Well, yeah, for a deck, yeah.
Oh, that's
Only 100.
Yeah. Well, no, because
That's normal, right?
no.
play
Normal
till
size is 60.
Yeah,
Oh,
60.
okay.
That's for standard and all
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
But I played like standard from time to time. But I was like, it's hard to keep up. Like that's the thing. If like you're releasing a lot of sets, and it's like part of the standard. So if you want to be part of this thing, you literally have to keep buying all these sets and like cards and stuff. So it gets really taxing.
Yeah.
So. And that's one part of it, and the other part of it is like it's weird when you have like fantasy Magic stuff, and then you have Donatello,
Pokemon.
like no, not Pokemon. That's a whole
Pokemon's
different
not
thing.
in there yet.
No, it's not
They're
going to be.
they're
Oh,
not.
no?
That's 2 different franchises.
It's two
I know, but
different-
they wouldn't want to collab?
no,
Oh, okay.
they're in direct competition.
Yeah.
Oh, got it. It's like Nike and Adidas
No,
then.
that'd be like
No.
if like Toyota and like freaking Mercedes was like, hey, let's create a car together.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
it's weird.
It's
dude.
weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, 2 different.
Plus, Pokemon has its own card game. Why would they?
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brian's standing on the chair right now screaming.
Yeah.
For our audio listeners.
I would. I am not standing that. You do not speak for me.
All right, let's get into our segment. FAQ, frequently asked questions. It's a segment where we unpack the questions people are most curious about when it comes to a specific occupation, lifestyle, or action, sharing honest answers along the way. This week, we're talking about podcasting. Let's go.
All right. Question is, do you need expensive equipment to start a podcast?
For me, I think that for those that want to have a great, successful podcast, you definitely need to invest in having good equipment to get the audio, the visuals. I think, for me, from what I've seen from other people's podcasts, shout out Ema Brown, I've also been on there. They had a legit setup where it makes the guests and the host comfortable enough to be like, okay, we got to make sure we get the shots correct. We got to make sure that there's no static, because what's going to happen is if you're editing the podcast later on, or whoever's editing it, and the audio or the video files are not great, it is not received by consumers, right? The general population as easy to consume, right? I mean, I've seen the ones that I've seen most of the time online on Instagram, TikTok, whatever. Usually, the ones that have greater engagement, greater views are the ones I feel like, have better investments in their equipment.
What you guys think?
I'm of the opinion that first start with whatever you got, because then and actually start doing it first, because then you won't even know if you like podcasting the whole process. Because like you might be interested in speaking and all that, but then there's also the back end of like editing stuff and recording and all that stuff, and it's just like it's the same thing for a lot of different hobbies too, because you get a lot of people, like especially like photography, like people will buy the best camera or whatever, and then they don't even use it like a month later and stuff like that. And that's the same that could be said for like a lot of different hobbies. And you see that type of person all the time is like they get into a hobby and they think that they need the best of everything, so they buy like the best of the best, and then they find out it's not for them. It's like a big waste, right? So in terms of this question, I say that you don't need expensive equipment to start. I mean, I think there was like a podcast you showed me before. They used to do it on their phone.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And then of course, once they started getting a feel for it and they, get their process down, and then you start figuring out, okay, I need this, I need to upgrade this, I need to upgrade this. And so it just eventually kind of grows. So I'm of that camp where whatever you got to start with, just use that.
I'm in alignment with that philosophy too. Because I think when people want to start doing something, they think about like how they're going to do it or what they need to do it versus like what kind of content they're going to create and like the creativity of the stuff that they're going to produce and what you actually need. So, I mean, yeah, I will say that equipment does help. It does, create like a sense of like professionalism, when when you have guests and stuff like that. So I think there's a time and a place where there's a moment you should invest more in equipment. But yeah, if you're just starting out, I think, just getting in front of the mic and just speaking, because that's something that's actually like pretty difficult. You think, you could just like start talking and you'll be fine. Some people have a real talent for it and knack for it. But then sometimes when you realize like you're just kind of talking in a room with a camera on you and, it's kind of weird. So, yeah.
I think for me, I'm gonna just add on. There's no right equipment, right? You can go either way. I think
when you're starting out.
When you're starting, like look at what your budget, what you could afford at that moment. See how you like it. The podcast that I watched, and I've seen, they had 3 iPhones, or I think their first episodes before they started adding on guests, it was just one camera and it was just facing the two co-hosts. And so, I mean, when it comes to equipment, like do your research, kind of see what you want, what your style is. For me, I've watched a lot of YouTube. I've Googled a lot of reviews, and I'm just like in the comments to see what they give. Cause then you're like, ooh, it's just like Amazon. When you're shopping on Amazon, you're like, something might bug you. And then you go into like another rabbit hole and you're like, oh, I need to look at this one piece that they talked about in this review. So like, that's what I did before coming here. But also at the same time, that's what kind of prevented the podcast from starting too, because I wanted it to be perfect, right?
It's not going to be perfect.
It could be used as like an excuse to get started too.
I think a lot of
barrier
people,
on yourself.
I think in America, it's very easy to, like you guys were saying, we could start it like just get it done, right?
Yeah.
But I heard in China you gotta have like a degree now to start a podcast.
What?
That means that could be expensive, right? Because you gotta go finish college with whatever degree you have, and then that's the only way you could be legitimized to have a podcast, or else the government's shutting down your podcast.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
I did not know that.
So that, I mean, like, luckily we have the freedom to just like you guys said, right? It's like, okay, just get out there and start. But like in other countries, it's like they're kind of being more strict on like what they're allowing on their airwaves and stuff, which is very interesting. When I saw that, I was like, wow, like some people were like, that's a good thing. Some people are like, nah, like, that's terrible.
Arguments on both sides. I can see that.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. All right, next question, Carldee.
How long should a podcast episode be?
Depends on your content, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
So there's some that I know they're like 30 minutes. There's some that I know that go like 2 hours. Some are like 4 hours. Yeah. Yeah. So it just, I really just depend. It depends on your content and how long you can talk for, honestly.
Yeah.
Because there's some people that are just straight to the point, you know?
Yeah.
And then those like the little short ones and stuff like that. So there's a format for, I think, all sorts of lengths of content, right?
Yeah.
I like to agree with, B-Fig right here. He's like, depending on your content, right? It's like if you are focused on entertainment, that's going to be usually longer, right? Or if for educational purposes, like, those I feel like are going to be longer. But if you are doing mostly just promotion type of thing, it's like, okay, maybe it can be a little mix in there. But I think when it comes to, the duration, it really, from my experience, it really depends on like the group or whoever is doing the podcast. Like, because if you're vibing with people and like you could talk about anything, like you don't really know how long it'll take because you just kind of have like a freestyle of it, kind of just go with the flow. But I know that some people, they kind of want to keep things at a certain length. If you want to focus on like, hey, like you're always going to just release an hour long episode or 30 minutes, like just so you could be consistent with your format. That's dependent on like who like you are and kind of like what you want to do with your podcast.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think there's a just definitive good or bad. I think if you're just doing a podcast by yourself, I feel like that would probably be on the shorter side of the episode. Like just being informative and stuff. But yeah, if you have a group of people like we do here, it tends to go longer. But I think as long as you have like some sort of structure, at least like like we have here a little bit, even though we can go on tangents and stuff, it kind of keeps the thing or the episode flowing. I think that's like the key, so that there's not you're not jumping over like too out of the box, and there's some consistency to the episode.
Yeah, I mean, I think episode really depends on the content, like you said. Depends on what you're trying to do with the episode. I've seen, like Brian said, 30 minutes. I've seen 2 hours. I'm trying to get ours to an hour and a half because there's a lot of storytelling. There's a lot of, and I think that's the one thing too. It's the storytelling, but I also want to bring the aspect of what the Brewing was, and so this is why we play these games. And a lot of folks too, I've sat down with, they're like, oh yeah, like I just want to do interview. I don't want to do any of the games. I'm like, this might not be the podcast for you then.
Whack.
And I'll let them know, like, this is what you get. Unless it's a paid thing, shoot, I'll do whatever format you want. I'll change it up. But don't change what the Brewing was to us,
Right.
You've been to the Brewing before, right?
The old
Brewing?
one. Yeah.
So
Come on now.
You know the feeling.
Yeah, of course. It was fun.
The actual Brewing.
The actual
Brewing.
Like when you lived up north.
Up north.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Brian, can you read this next one?
Yeah. Next one is how often should you release episodes?
Can I go first?
Yeah, I could go first. I think releasing episodes, if you have a structure already, right? It's like, how often do you want to release it, right? I know that you guys release like Tuesdays, right? Like twice a month?
Twice a month, yeah.
Twice a month. So that's, if you hold yourself accountable on those, like having yourself a deadline, I think it makes it a lot easier of how often you are going to release it. So you kind of have to decide, okay, like if you're going to shoot a lot of content, then you could, obviously release like one episode a week if you have like 4 episodes that you recorded either on one day or like throughout the week.
Batch recording, right?
Yeah, batch recording right there. So it really depends on like your strategy of like how you want to release your episodes. But if you have enough to release, then it's up to, you to really decide, okay, how am I going to get this editing done by the certain deadline that you set for yourself? Because sometimes like you can record all the content you want, but then you get stuck in this like, oh man, like you overthink about like trying to edit it and trying to release it. Is this good enough? But like if you just want to release it just to release it, that's cool too. Just make sure that you hold yourself accountable, because that's the most important thing about releasing the episode, I feel like, is actually getting it done instead of like setting numbers out for.
And the consistency, right?
Consistency,
Yeah, I was gonna mention that.
Oh, go ahead, Brian.
Like, doesn't matter how often. It's just if you are consistent with it. Because it's if people are looking forward to that like every week, then you better have it every week. You know, once you set that expectation, right? Because
Thank you, Dan.
Yeah,
He'll remind you.
yeah, it reminds us. Hey, man,
Where's the episode?
where's the episode?
Yeah.
I think he slowed down on that because he's taking care of his little girl. You know?
Yeah. No, he's still in there.
Yeah,
Wait,
he's
Dan
still-
from
Oh, he's still in there?
No, not Dan. from
No,
Vegas.
no. He's still in there?
Yeah,
Oh,
he's still,
okay,
he's
never
still
mind.
active. He's still
Okay.
active.
Hey, what's up, Dan? But I always a lot of the podcasts that I see usually do it like weekly.
Yeah.
You know, they're pretty on top of that. Because I don't think I've seen any like more frequent than that, honestly. Yeah.
No, that's
No, I
that's a
feel
lot
like
of
it's too
editing
much.
too.
Yeah.
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 Like
Unless-
no one wants to like do that, right?
Like watch
Unless
every.
they're just going live every day and just
Yeah.
doing like a
That's so hard to
Like,
catch up
no,
though.
that's like now at that point you're like a daily show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like unless you're
you're basically a streamer. at
yeah,
that-
Yeah.
exactly.
Oh yeah.
Right? Yeah, I mean, just in alignment with everybody else, I think, yeah, just consistency is key, just setting up that schedule. But I also think, like, just be realistic with yourself and
Yeah.
consider what you can do and not burn yourself out
That part.
trying to
yeah.
come
That
up
part.
with,
That's the most
trying to
important part.
stay
Yeah.
on schedule.
Set a realistic schedule.
Yeah.
I've done that where I just try to release content and it was unrealistic, and then now I end up not doing anything.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
Yeah, that's what happened with my Instagram. I haven't like updated.
I
it.
know.
Yeah.
I love your pictures though.
I have so many photos. It's just
There's
like
so
I got
much
lazy.
content,
Yeah, I
dude.
do. I know.
You need an assistant, dude.
Do they have like a program where you could just schedule it?
There's
and
I
just
think
have a
if
bunch
you
of
if you
photos and
make your
stuff?
Instagram like a business one, you can
Yeah.
start scheduling
you
posts.
can, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I have to do that.
But you still gotta take the time
Yeah,
to
to-
edit it.
No, I mean like, I'm already editing because it's for
Like,
work and all
yeah,
that
yeah,
stuff
a lot
too.
of
So
stuff,
I have
right?
I have so much stuff.
You just have you need
not
the
a
time to
schedule.
sit down to schedule it though. You know, it's still
Yeah.
time.
Well, I have
you
to
gotta
I have to
think of
I have to also
comments and-
convert my thing to a scheduling thing or whatever.
You gotta-
So- or like
Put all
a
those hashtags,
yeah.
tag all those people.
A lot of
Thanks,
work.
Jesus.
Thank you for all you do, Jason.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, it's a lot
Well,
of work.
how often? I would say it depends on your lifestyle too. For me personally, I like where we're at this moment. Like our capacity is just this room as well too. I'm mindful of Art and Brian's schedule. I know you guys are also busy and have life things going on.
Right.
For me, generally, like it takes a lot of energy to even set up to edit. I spend like a good week, and I worry about that burnout. So I like that week rest after I do the editing. But if this was on the flip side and this thing gets even bigger and it more easier for us to do and someone else is editing, I wouldn't mind all of that. But it just really depends on where we're at the moment in our lives, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But for now, every second and fourth Tuesday, catch us at 7 a.m. for our drops.
Yeah.
There you go.
Got him.
What's the hardest part of editing?
That is all you, Jason.
No, I mean, what do you see from the back end? Carldee, let's start with Carldee.
I like the back end. What's the hardest part of editing? I think when it comes to editing content, it's really hard to kind of find what you sometimes. Okay, for me, sometimes I go through this like mental like gymnastics of like, okay, do I want to post something that I like, or do I want to try to like post something that like what the like what these newer successful videos are doing, little
Following
like
trends and
following
stuff.
trends, yeah. So like following trends, or do I follow my heart, right?
Yeah.
It's like sometimes it's like I just want to release things not for other people but for me, and it's like this is something that I want to like remember by and like look back on. And so that's kind of like sometimes I will like throw in something that I think, oh, this is funny, this is fun. Like I don't really see other people doing it, but I'll do it just because I found it and I find it interesting. And so that's kind of like, an obstacle that I like to think about is like, do I want to try to edit it in a way that makes it more appeasable for everyone, or do I just want to make content for me that I appreciate, you know what I mean? And if anyone else appreciates it, cool. Like that's dope too, because I think, when you're making content or like, editing videos, it's like you also find it as like a learning tool, right? It's like, oh, I saw something that I thought would really cool that would work with this. And so, you know, you kind of take the time to learn it just because you like it, right? I think you have to have a passion for wanting to learn if you want to edit. Because if you're like, oh, I can't do this, I don't want to do it, then you're already given up, right? Mm-hmm. And I think that's the hardest part, is wanting to constantly learn new things to add to your editing style. And yeah, I mean, that's, to me, is the hardest part.
How about editing photos? Like, you do the thumbnails now, Brian. You want to talk about that?
I mean, that's just always fun. I mean, I've got it.
It's easy.
It's easy. Like, for the process for that is like I take all the photos over here individually against this kind of backdrop of it, because it's the only kind of flat color. So it's easy to cut people out from the background, and then it's just arranging. It's just like I mean, it's like digital arts and crafts at that point, because I just have the pieces and I just kind of put them in there and then I call it a day, you know.
Yeah, he makes it sound so easy. I think
I'm oversimplifying it a lot.
He only has a degree at San Diego State for this.
I think the hardest part for Brian is just like breathing.
Well, I mean, like, when you do anything, you know, you have to kind of, when you say you love something, I always believe that you have to like love every aspect of it, not just the fun parts. Yeah. So it's like, do you really love this thing, or are you just looking at its ass as it walks by? You know, because that's the way I look at it sometimes. Like, do you really like this, or are you just kind of like you know, looking at them? You know.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, for the editing of the thumbnails, it's something I've wanted to kind of do for a while, because I started looking at thumbnails. I was like, we can do better than this. Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
So,
what have you done differently about the thumbnails?
So because before it used to be just like a selfie off Jason's phone,
and I'll use an app to throw the words on there.
Yeah, you just put But I was like, I could, like, after it was like getting close to like the 50th, I was like,
we're serious about this.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, I've been serious.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, because like, you know, you always have like someone that's serious about it, and like, I mean, I have fun with it, of course. It's just I kept going. I was like, all right, I guess we got to step this up then if we're gonna keep doing this, you know. Because I've been part of like other things before too, and some other like process, and it just falls off, right? So it's like I'm not gonna invest in it if like it's not gonna keep going, because you know.
So the 50th got you. You're like, okay,
yeah. I was like,
we're getting somewhere.
I mean, we're consistent with this. We're keeping on going. It's like, all right, I might as well start putting my whole ass in this. I guess.
That's right. I want to see that ass.
All right.
How about you, Art? What's the hardest part of editing?
For like podcasts specifically, I think,
or video. You can talk about video or both.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like for podcasts, because there was that one time like I was trying to do like the Wise podcast, the
what?
The YMCA's podcast,
the White podcast,
the YMCA Youth and Family Services. They want to do a podcast. I was with like some of the leaders there, and they had me kind of like in charge of like getting all
everything.
That stuff. But yeah, and then I was just realizing like I think that's what's hard too. I guess if you're not a subject matter expert, you're not really sure about what to cut. Or what to leave in, what to cut out, and stuff like that. So I think that's what makes it hard. But I think if you're doing your own thing, even still, sometimes that's hard, right? Because I'm sure if you are like bleeding into like longer than hour and a half, 2 hours, you start thinking like, okay, what do I need in here? What's a little extra?
Yeah.
You know? Because again, it helps with the flow.
You know?
Yeah. And it's not just cutting out, you know, the dead space and the ums and stuff, but sometimes you just have to just cut out a piece of the episode. Or, you know,
leave it on the cutting room floor, as they say.
Something inappropriate that was a little too inappropriate. Just leave that.
That's a lot of cutting out I'm doing.
Because like I don't watch the episodes, so because I hate watching myself. But is there stuff that you've had to like cut out fully? Like, have you ever had to do any large cuts?
I think it just depends on what we're talking about. Sometimes we go in a tangent, so I'm like, this doesn't really relate to. This just took us off somewhere, and it's like 8 or 10 minutes of, you know.
So then there has been like some large cuts. Okay.
I think we've been better about it, like having this. And then I remember that conversation you had with me. You're like, Jason, you got to orchestrate this like behind the scenes to like let us go, because I'll be stuck in the conversation, just like watching like the two of you go back and forth.
Yeah,
and then I'll be like, okay, now I got to move on.
Right.
So I'm more like, all right, click. And then you guys are like, when it shifts, everyone kind of slows their conversation down, you know?
Yeah.
But I think the hardest part of editing is the time spent, the energy spent editing.
Yes.
Because one thing that I realized too is I used to edit in this office space, and I would spend so much time, and I realized I'm spending more time here, which I could spend with Nadine and Gracie. And so now when I do editing, like, and you see, like, this is going to change in the next month or so.
Undergoing changes, yeah.
It's going going changes, but
That's a side no one else sees here.
Yeah,
This podcast.
yeah. We'll show it some other
true.
time
That's
when
like-
it's done.
Yeah.
I've been doing editing on like this table downstairs so that I can spend time with Nadine.
Yeah.
So like it's that. I think that's the hardest part, is just taking away like from, I guess, your family, the stuff that you could be doing.
Yeah.
So I try to kill two birds with one stone, you know. Because also time, it's like that, like I said, that energy, you don't want to feel burnt out. But if, like Ryan says, if you love what you do, it doesn't feel like work, you know. I get to, and I tell the guests too, like all the magic happens in the editing. So a lot of times when there's like dead space, when I can like insert like laughter in here, I'm gonna cut that out, and then I'll combine the two.
Yeah.
So you won't, the ums, some of them, it's hard to, like, I can't take out every
Yeah.
but if it's at the beginning and there's a transition from, like, let's say Brian saying I'll cut to Art, or, you know, like, that's like the magic part where you have 3 cameras you can kind of play around with to cut off like that dead space. So
Yeah, like I could just imagine, because you have 3 different cameras and you pretty much have to review all 3 angles and have to be able to shift between each angle and like take like the audio from there and stuff like that. Like I commend you, because that, to me, I would not be able to freaking edit that. Cause that,
You're like,
so do you like look at it at 3 like at the same time, like, or like how do you like look at like the video?
And this is why I love guests when it's like solely guest podcast, because the guest does all the work, and my editing time cuts in half. Like, to be honest,
That's why we have so many guests.
well, the only time that I have to go back and forth is when we play the games at the end.
Yeah.
But when it's like our regular episodes, I'm going back and forth, and I'm just like, oh, this is gonna take longer. So like, I do appreciate like when we do have guests, it changes like the rhythm for me too, so that I don't feel burnt out as
Yeah.
well too.
For me, I was like, dang, like, so do you have like all 3 playing?
It's
And then-
all
or do you
on
kinda-
separate tracks, and then I'll kind of like ghost one track to see how that, like, it really depends on the conversation, you know?
Right.
Okay.
Because this is like, I use my camera as the backup, because sometimes when these cameras like transition and shuts off, right, from like standby to record, I won't have a clip there, and I'll shoot to this. This is always the backup camera.
Yeah.
Because I can't shoot to Arts if no one's really talking on that side.
Got it. That
know.
makes sense.
So that's behind the scenes. But Art, next question.
All right. How do you get people to actually listen? I don't know. How did we get you all to listen?
Yeah. That's a question for our audience, I
Yeah,
guess.
that's a great question. I mean,
How do you get people to tune into
I guess the
your
marketing,
pictures, I guess?
that, right? Or the marketing on Instagram, doing those promos, the shorts, the teasers and stuff to get people
Yeah.
to want to watch the
clip
whole
farming.
thing.
Yeah. Like I think
Yeah.
clip farming, right?
Yeah.
That's like one of the terms that they use nowadays. It's
Yeah.
like if you have like, you know, one of the conversations in your podcast, like
Out of pocket conversation.
yeah, most of the time things that get people like engaged, right? And like people like tune in. It's like, oh, I heard this, or I saw a video from this podcast, and then they're gonna most likely.
What are they talking about?
Yeah, what are they talking? They want to see like or listen to it because it's like something that piqued their interest.
Yeah.
And finding things that pique people's interest, you know, is really important, I guess. And I think that's what can get people to listen.
First, tell your friends.
Word of mouth.
Word of mouth.
Yeah, word of mouth.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the people that do listen are like our friends. Like they support us. They're like, you know what? I'll check it out. And then
Yeah, support a homie.
Yeah, and they'll check out the Instagram page and like, oh, these guys are funny. I want to see what the rest of the episode looks like. And then they come and that converts to YouTube. You know, and what I saw too when I was reading this article, it was talking about how these shorts. You push the shorts out, that's discovery.
Yes.
YouTube is to retain the audience. So it's like Moss was talking about in our episode with him. He was talking about how he's pushing out merch. That's like that beacon, like that bat signal ever so often. It's like, oh, I heard of them. They keep showing up, like, you know, like, and then you meet them in real life, like, oh shoot, like, When I met Alex and Alan for the first time, man, they were like, "You're Vice McNasty?" 'Cause I kept posting like every single day. Like when Instagram was like before like influencers, I was just like, "This is my daily journal," you know?
What platform matters most?
Spotify, Apple, or YouTube,
Or whatever. I mean,
or whatever platforms, I guess. For podcasts,
I guess. Yeah.
I don't know. There's.
Did you listen to podcasting before we started podcasting, or
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a bunch of different ones. Like usually it's like the niche interest ones, you know?
Yeah.
Like you got your true crime, of course, and then there's like the ones of just like informational ones. I think, and then there's some other ones that are informational. So yeah.
Where do you watch it on though?
I don't watch
Or listen to
I
it on?
listen. It's some of them have it hosted on, I forget what it was called. There was I know there's like this podcasting that I used before, but then I just started shifting over to like what was it? To their sites and stuff like that. So I was like, I can't really, there's not like one centralized place. Like I listen to a whole bunch of different ones. I jump around. Like I don't have one centralized place where I listen to stuff.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
For me, like where I consume the most podcast and like content is, I would say, YouTube, right? Because I'll watch like, you know, a clip of like, you know, a podcast, whether it's like Joe Rogan or like some other random podcast that like pops up. Oh, there's one with the Bobby Lee, the Tiger podcast. Tiger Belly, right? So like I'll see like a clip from like Tiger Belly, and then it's like if that, you know, clip interested me, like I want to see what else they're talking about. So I'll go on YouTube, watch it. But I think that most people who are consistent listeners are on Spotify. Like, because I do have friends who, let's say, you know, they're either driving to work or if they are at work, you know what I mean, and they want something on the background playing. I think Spotify is a lot easier for them to just kind of have like voices in the background talking to kind of like keep them more informed about like whatever people are talking about. I have friends who like listen to like you mentioned true crime podcast, or you know, stuff that are like, I've listened to like some mushroom ones when I was doing, you know, like the mushroom business. So I was hopping on to Spotify to just like listen in the background. But when it comes to something like I want to see something funny, you know what I mean, I go on YouTube. I feel like Spotify and Apple may be like, if you want to listen to something serious, cool, like have it playing in the background. But if you want to like be entertained and watch something funny, you go on YouTube, right? Because you want to see the facial expressions or like people's reactions. Like it's a lot more engaging.
So what platform matters most? I think it's a trick question. They all matter, just as you know. I think, like you're saying, like it depends on the like what you're listening to or how you prefer to listen. Like, you know, I think we got a lot of folks that listen on car rides and stuff to work, so that's a great way for them to tune into Apple Pod or Spotify. But then like, and I have another friend that says like, oh, I love watching you guys. It's like a lot more funny, like to see you guys like interacting and stuff, you know. And then sometimes when you throw up the photos, too on YouTube, so there's a different layer there. So I think it's all good, but I think I usually watch it on YouTube when I have downtime, and then also for any other like podcast, I usually just catch it on Instagram, like just the little parts of bits and pieces of it.
Clips,
Yeah.
I think for me, my biggest thing is YouTube. I like watching like the facial expressions. I think I'm more invested if I'm on YouTube because I get to see like, even for example, Tiger Belly. I love seeing all the little toys, all the little knickknacks, everything that's on the table. Like maybe that's like my ADD, right? But at the same time, like I feel like when someone laughs, I kind of it brings me to laugh even more or enjoy it a little bit more rather than listening. If I'm like on the road and I'm on the go, I'll throw our podcast there. When I finish editing, I do both. I mean, in editing, I'm listening and watching it over and over, like listen to like the spaces and all the, you know, the little knickknacks here. For post editing, I like to watch it on YouTube, and then I like to listen to it on Spotify just so that I know the sounds there on the audio side. But behind the scenes, it really doesn't matter for at least the audio part, because when I push it to Buzzsprout, it spits it out to all all major podcasts.
Oh, so is
platforms.
What can you talk to me about more? I'm not familiar with Buzzsprout. What
So
is that?
Buzzsprout is basically a platform where all of this lives. Like let's say your audio file, you push it to Buzzsprout and it connects you to Apple, to Spotify, all the major podcast platforms.
Interesting.
So that you're not uploading it to one specific
Individually.
one.
Oh, that's
You
cool.
it's a service that you pay for, but it connects all the basically organizations.
So like you don't have to retype title, description, everything.
It's
That's
all on one,
that
and it
saves you a
spits it
lot
out
of time.
to
Oh, this episode's sponsored by Buzzsprout.
for a $20 referral code.
How long does it take to grow an audience? It just depends. Some people's growths are explosive at the start and then taper off. Some people the opposite. Some people are steady. So it's not. There's no definitive answer to that, I believe.
I agree.
Yeah.
Because it's like the duration. In my opinion, when it comes to growing an audience, it depends on your goal, right? It depends on your goal of like, okay, is your goal to be marketing products, making money off of it? It's like, okay, obviously, if that is, you're gonna want to like utilize sponsorships and advertisements to help you push for growing your audience to a larger pool of people. But if you're doing it to like, okay, hey, like the audience that I want to grow organically. If you want to grow organically, I think it does take a little bit longer to grow, organic audience. I know that if you wanted to be like an industry plant, like, what I mean? Like if like there will be like money thrown at you to like just help spread it, right? Like I'm not throwing shit, but like that Bobby Altoff lady, who is she now, right? Remember she was doing podcasts with like interviews with like these like exactly, right? It's like
Who is this?
Bobby Altoff.
Altoff?
It's like she was like this like white girl that would be doing she was doing interviews with like Drake, like all these like people,
famous people.
Yeah,
too.
it was like something.
Wow.
It was like something podcast. Basically, she had a podcast, right?
Right.
And then they would clip farm like some of the things from her podcast, but like she blew up overnight. No one knew who she was, but like overnight she just blew up because like
She had high value guests.
industry plant. That's what people say, right?
Yeah.
But it's like if if that's like. If your goal is like just to blow up overnight, you're probably being, orchestrated as a piece for growing a certain audience, right? But if you want to grow organically, like, and build your community as like, whether you want to be known locally or like internationally, it would depend on like who your target audience is and how do you want to reach your target audience, right? It's like if your focus is on, let's just say like politics, then you want to be targeting like politicians to go on your podcast to help grow it faster, or if you are focused on like Pokemon, right? It's like you want to have like the most renowned people in that industry to talk about it. So I think it really depends on like who your audience is and who you want to be talking on behalf of your podcast.
I mean, I agree with all that. It's really just like, I think it goes back into like what it takes as far as being consistent in your content, because I think that's a big part of being relevant in the internet is just that consistency. So however long it takes you to gain that traction by being consistent is however long it's going to take. And then obviously like just, getting some people on, maybe doing collabs with other like-minded podcasts or individuals that have the same type of growth as you. So then you can, introduce each other to each other's audiences to kind of help. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess that it depends on how much that also means to you. Because hopefully it doesn't mean too much to where you would stop something before you even really had to put in the time to let it become something, I think that's what we're experiencing right now is like 53 episodes in. And, I never really looked at the numbers until the other day, and I was like, oh wow, that's pretty
like,
crazy.
You guys are like what, 5.5K now?
No, 4.
4?
Yeah, 4.
All right.
Yeah.
But it was crazy thinking about it, like, because I do a lot of reflection, and to get to 100, it was tough.
Yeah.
Because especially with how our setup was before,
Yeah.
it looked like
It was really dark.
it was really it was really dark, and it was like off of a phone type of visual quality, right? But that changes over time. Like, and I like the part where you're talking about growing organically. Like, it just has, for me personally, it has to feel good.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of fine tuning that we're still doing. So I'm in like no rush because I'm still learning. Like, it's still a hobby. I'm still passionate about this thing. And like I said, like in my personal life, I believe in timing. And so when it comes to like the right moment, yeah, we'll open it up and we'll kind of review it. But there's been like behind the scenes, like in the DMs and emails, I'm getting a lot of people that are interested that I do not know. And I'm just like, this is not the right timing. We don't have the capacity. Like, I don't want strangers in this place. Like, this is the Brewing never had strangers.
No new friends.
Unless it was like family, like friends and families
Like
of
they've been
friends
vetted.
and
They've been vetted, yeah.
it's definitely going to evolve, and we're probably going to see it this year where we're going to step out and it's going to look different. Our team might even grow because the things that I want to do it can't be contained in this room, and that's why right now it's like you see Carldee come out because I've known Carldee for so long, like,
I
right
live down the street.
Yeah, he lives down the street.
That too.
Unless I was like, like in my 90s and there was a rush to like have so many episodes, like I'm just letting it ride, and we're kind of adjusting to like the moment. We're living in the moment, but looking to the future,
Yeah, I mean, let's look at how long it took you to grow your audience, right? Like, how long has it been since the Brewing has been around, and now you guys are at where you are?
Is this coming up in May? Is that third?
Yeah.
Second? Third?
Yeah.
Wrapping up our second or
3 years complete.
See?
3 years
Yeah.
complete.
Yeah, on average, it's like,
Right.
the growth is there.
Yeah. Man, that's
We're
wild.
gonna, like, our 4th year is going to start, right? Is that how it works?
Wait.
May 9, 2023 is when we started. The first episode.
Yeah, so it's 2026 now. So 2023, 2024, 24, 25, 25, 26.
3 years, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get
Yeah.
confused with the thing too.
Yeah. I'm curious now to see, like, and you can monitor this because I don't really want to monitor the numbers or anything. But it's just curious to see, like,
Or show up on
like,
time.
yeah, exactly. Like, clocks are just numbers. To
Can you
me,
monitor
too.
that,
No,
please?
you
It's
know
an
what?
ongoing joke, but for real, dude.
I, you know what? These last few weeks, I've been eating before I come here.
That's
Usually
good, though.
I'm,
That's
hella
good.
Hungry,
Yeah.
but
yeah.
I think that's also slowing me down a little bit.
So just
But-
eat a little earlier, or eat on the drive.
I
Like
know.
I eat on the drive here.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a bowl of cereal and stuff.
No, I make myself a
Protein bar?
sandwich to go.
Oh, nice.
so-
Oh, damn. You guys are
So
eating
10
now.
minutes ago?
That's different.
Yeah. Have you noticed we haven't said, "Oh, we're so hungry"?
I know. That's good.
But because when you start too, that consistency part is like a little harder. Because I think when we first started, it was like we met once a month. If
I
that.
don't even remember.
Like it was like spotty. Like sometimes we'd meet twice, sometimes we would meet once, and then you were still getting the hang of the editing, and then the episodes are coming out like
Yeah.
sometimes like a month later, 2 months later. All right.
Yeah,
Something's going on here.
yeah. Well, no. 'Cause-
Pluribus?
No, because what was it? Dan would always be saying, like, "Man, you got to release these episodes like
I
sooner."
know.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's interesting to see this new, I guess, chapter.
Mhm.
where- even though we're 3 years in, technically finishing the third season, feels like we're starting the second.
Yeah, it still feels
Time is
new,
weird.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Time is weird.
You know, Sasa, I don't really go by it. Shut up when I can.
Hey, you know what? I think, you guys will hit that 10K sooner than you guys think, right? I'm
fingers
rooting
crossed.
for you guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
As long as we get Rufio, I don't care what our numbers
Yeah, I
are.
think that's really the goal here.
That's really the goal.
Yeah.
Forget about numbers. Rufio needs to
Right.
be here.
You got to make it worth it for him to be
Yeah,
here.
I will buy a new house for Rufio to be a guest.
Next question. Is podcasting worth it if you're not getting paid? Yeah, sure. I mean, I'm doing it right now.
Yeah, I know. I'm not getting
Honestly,
paid.
yeah, it's just a way to,
I'm in debt.
Yeah, I mean, I think just the idea of how this started is really what, I
Our
do
shoots.
it for. Just
Just talking.
talking. amongst some friends and just seeing where it goes. And
we're still seeing where it goes.
Yeah.
I am at least.
I mean, that's what podcasting to me is like art, right? Like not the person,
Yeah.
but like
Like the concept.
It's like being an artist, right? Like you don't really necessarily see the payout like right away of the fruits of your labor right away when it comes to art, right? When you're doing something that you're passionate about and you enjoy doing, you don't look at like the returns on it unless it's like if you want to turn it into a business. If you are trying to,
that's different.
if you're trying to do it in a business, then obviously like you're gonna have to like in a sense sell out. Like you're gonna have to start including advertising. You're gonna start making it less organic in a sense where you're plugging and chugging ways to monetize your podcast. But if you are doing the podcast as a way to just, keep it simple, keep it, fun, lighthearted, and have fun, then obviously it's not going to be one of those things where you will see the value of it until like something like you could just reflect on, right?
Yeah.
Like something a little bit like what I was talking about, like with the content I was producing. It's like I'm just releasing these videos because I want to. Like this is what I'm passionate about, and not necessarily because I expect to monetize from it. And it's part of it that becomes the journey, right? It's like you'll have people who's been following since the beginning, and they're like, yeah, like I remember when you guys were just talking about this, or like these are the guests you might have. And then when they see the shift or basically the progression of your journey, and you get new followers and new people like kind of like, hey, like I listened to you guys, or like, hey, I saw that video. It's a great feeling, right? I think like it's one of those roles that are undervalued, where bringing people joy in society is not necessarily one of the things that is looked over, right? Yeah. And I mean, if you could, like I said, monetize from it, and you can make those two things align, even better. Great for you.
Well, I mean, just to add to that, when we're talking about doing this podcast, and like really the essence of it is, again, like what we say is like a community, comedy, and culture, right? So as long as
you remembered it.
Is that the mission statement?
Brownie points.
This is how because when people find out I'm on the
ask
podcast,
you,
they're like, oh, what's it about? So I always have to know.
I don't know random stuff.
There's just three dudes in the room. Sometimes we have a guest talking shit, but I mean, if we're thinking about it that way, like that's all I'm trying to do here. When I come through on Sunday is, again, just
when you come through.
I'll be here.
But you're here.
Yeah, you're here. That's it's a thought that counts, right?
So anyways, community, comedy, and culture, right? So
right.
As long as that's what I'm doing when I'm here, is like at least building on the community, being part of the community, engaging. I try to engage. I'm not a big social media guy either, but I'm starting to like people's posts.
Yeah, I can see it.
That's baby steps, bro.
Yeah. And then if I can, be a part of something where people feel good about listening, or, just change someone's, feelings from being a bad day to a good day, or at least giving them a laugh. And that's really what I'm here for. So all about it.
How about you, Brian?
I mean, I still showed up 53 episodes later, so I mean, and I'm pretty good about
this
that.
Is like a skeptic right here, dude. He's like, what are we doing here, guys?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's just how it is. Like you've been through, if you've been like in a lot of projects and they just kind of fizzle out, it's like, you don't want to put all your energy if it's just going to go out. So I always been kind of hesitant to kind of put stuff in, but here we are 53 episodes later, and we're still consistent about it. So it's like, okay, maybe we do have something here. But for me, it's just,
and we got guests that wanted to come back
before they even left.
Yeah. So I mean, to me, it's worth it, because I mean, at the end of the day, I'm still just hanging out with you guys, and sometimes we go out to eat after, hang out after. So it's just hanging out, but we happen to record our hangout. That's basically what it feels like to me. So so I'd say it's worth it if it's not doing any undue tax on you, and I don't feel any of that. So
for me, it's definitely not about the money. I'm in the line of work that I'm in, because it's not the
for
money.
the love of the game.
And nonprofit, you know.
Yeah.
I do it because it's rewarding and it makes me feel a certain way. Like I'm very passionate about this because these conversations I have at work, like these type, I still have the fun kind of conversation, but I love having conversation with people, engaging with people.
Right.
But I do want to get to the point where I'm out of the negatives. And when I say negatives, there's a lot of like subscriptions that I pay behind the scenes.
Right.
A lot of investment, like like the furniture when we first started. What was that? It was my
Desk
chair that Brian was sitting in. And then what was the guest chair? We had a great chair. We had a great chair.
Yeah, we had a great chair over here,
and
and
then
then
the desk chair. But like this room is always evolving, and I want to get to the point where I'm not spending my own money to pay for this, and it pays for itself. And then if it gets crazy big, I want to pay these guys for their time and my time too.
Yeah.
You know, like I want to get to the point where it's like the value comes in opportunity as well. Because like I said, if I can meet someone that I've genuinely wanted to meet for like so long because this becomes the opportunity, let's ride, you know.
Yeah.
So it's not about the money.
Brewing. Let's ride.
So like, let's go.
All right. Next question. How do you get guests on a podcast?
Carldee, what's your experience? How did we get you? What did I do?
Yeah, so
What did you do?
You know,
Just
Jason
walk down the street, go to his house.
he slid in my DM. I was like, okay. I think you know, being reached out towards is one thing, but also one thing is important is if people are reaching out to your podcast because they're interested in, you know, being able to vocalize some of the things that whether it's their background or they have promotions that they'd like to do or market it. I think that's kind of like how you can get guests on there. If you want to get, what was it? Is it Rufio?
Dante Bosco,
Dante Bosco. If you want to get Dante Bosco on here, I think, you know, you would probably have to do it on like a Filipino festival, right? Be like doing a live like broadcast and be like, hey, like we're trying to do like maybe have a tent where you're doing the recording and stuff and be like, hey, we'd love to have you, you know, stop by even for a couple of minutes. I'm just throwing out ideas. You know,
just throwing it out in the universe.
I'm throwing it out, manifesting it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I feel like the higher you go, it's like you need to like pay. You know?
Depends on the person.
It depends.
Yeah.
It depends if you have like
And the reach that we have.
values and like that align, right?
Yeah.
If the
Right.
community and the purpose that you're doing it for aligns, I think a lot of celebrities don't mind doing things that would help someone, right? And it's a win for both sides. But if you just want them to get them on here to, you know, make it bigger or whatever, then obviously
You gotta pay,
You gotta pay.
Yeah.
Pay to play.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's promotion for them too. Like they'll take that one new audience member to, you know, like it really depends on what their, I guess, goals and what their value at the time.
I mean, it's gotta be worth it for them at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, their time, their energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's all I'm saying is like if you get to a certain level of popularity or, you know, you're like in big reach of audience or something like that, then that makes it worth it, right?
Yeah.
It's either in terms of like audience or like money or both. So
We're in no liberty to pay right now as we're in
that's what I'm
debt.
saying.
How did they get me there? Like, you get a free beer.
It's like I'm there.
And a good time.
I'm in
Yeah.
it.
You can drink with the homies.
Yeah.
And I think that's why it's been like friends and family, you know. Not every person that you reach out to will say, yeah, I definitely had a lot of no's. And it's not because they don't support it, because they're shy. And then two, they're like, I have nothing to talk about, which is false. I feel like if you have 20 to 40 or even like years of life, that's the value, and you have perspective. So it really depends on the person. And sometimes they need to see like this page, be like, oh shoot, you are serious. So let me revisit that. And then you see them later, like when they're ready to like, hey, I'm ready to be a guest. And then we're like, we don't want you. No. And it's timing for some folks, you know, but
Scheduling. And
scheduling. There's a lot of coordination. And I think relationship building really matters the most too, when you're like asking folks. I don't ask for favors. I don't push anyone to be a guest. I move on to the next. Like if it's not for them,
don't push it.
don't push it. So it's really up to you guys when I reach out, you know? Art, you want to add anything? I don't know if you added.
No, I mean, it's just I feel like just get to know who you want your guest to be, and then just kind of figure that out, and then just ask. I guess I really don't know like what else to kind of say that hasn't been said already, but I think that's the hardest part is if you do want guests, I guess come up with a network that you can reach out to, and then just reach out. I think that's just like starting a podcast. Just sometimes you just gotta ask if they want to be a guest.
Yeah.
Take the no if and move on.
Yep.
And I think social media plays a good factor into it too, because it becomes your portfolio, becomes your resume. And when people are like, "Ooh, what does it look like?" Bam, they see the clips and they're like, "Oh, they're having fun." So that's a part of it too, Carldee, you want to answer to Mr. Awkward himself? You want to? You want to answer this question?
The question is, how do you handle awkward moments?
This is in general, or
I guess so.
In general?
Maybe like the dead space. I don't know.
I mean, for me, it's I always have that saying. It's only awkward if you let it be awkward.
Yeah.
So, the best thing to do is just kind of move on and kind of smooth it over, and it's like the same thing for a lot of like performances too, or in anything, is that if there's any mistake or like awkward moment, you just drop it and move on, because the sooner you can move on, the sooner it kind of fades back, unless it's like super, super awkward, but you can still try and save it, right?
For a lot of the guests, our guests that are like first time on podcasts, there's a lot of nervousness. And I tell them like in the beginning, like all the magic happens in editing. So take your time, pause, and we'll figure that out.
Yeah.
And I think we do a good job getting them comfortable, like to a place like we sometimes hear guests like you hear their voice like shaky when they first start.
Yeah.
And then when we get into the conversations and we start joking, that's when they just start rolling with their stories.
Yeah.
So we do. Yeah.
I mean, if it was like there's an awkward moment, I've seen two ways to approach it, right? The first one was what Brian kind of said, is just kind of like
Move on
and get it over with and just kind of play it off. But the second one is my favorite. Some people like
Lean
to
into
double
it.
down.
Yeah. You lean into it. Yeah.
Just freaking like
What is that? Like a pterodactyl?
it'd be whatever you want.
Yeah, I think I like that one. Oh man, yeah.
Oh yeah, there's
That explains a lot, actually.
Yeah, there's that comedian, I forgot. He's like on Comedy Central, like the Detroiters. There's like that white dude, right? And he's just like every situation, like his comedy is just like awkward comedy, right?
Yeah.
And then you're just like, man, it's like I'm cringing so hard right now, like, but like like people, like you said, lean into it, and like I mean, some people like. They enjoy that.
You just got to be confident being awkward.
Yes.
Yeah. It's all about confidence at the end. Yeah.
Next question.
Do you script episodes or freestyle?
What do we do, guys?
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
Yeah.
I would
bit of
say
both.
I think it's a structure, but
Yeah.
we freestyle.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like a little bit of both,
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see you guys have a script. You guys
Not
have,
like word for word. It's
Yeah,
like
you have a prompt,
Yeah.
right? Instead of like a script.
they're like little bullet points.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we should talk about this or something like
Yeah.
that. And then Jason kind of helps moderate that because, I mean, he's got the time. He can easily see the time and he can see the thing. So, I mean, we can see the thing too, but we're like, we're just talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think for the scripted part are all the segments, the intros, the outros. But outside of that, we use bullet points to keep us going, like the conversation, to facilitate the conversation. But we don't read anything word for word unless it's like a commercial.
Unless it was Drew's ad.
Yeah.
For the
Or those,
pharmacy.
or the descriptions and stuff.
Yeah, but we don't do like takes and we like we got to start over. Like we just let it roll. Like we've had in the past. We're like, shoot, do you want to start over? Like, nah, let's just. Art's usually the one that's just, hey, nah, let's just let it roll. I'm like, if Art's good with it, then let's roll with it. It saves me from editing. So
Yeah.
so a little bit of both. All right, last call. Thank you. Shout outs. Anything you guys want to plug? Upcoming events, pot encounters from friends and family.
Yeah. Like I said earlier, I'm on the road to 100 card shows. Take a follow at Self Co. That is
how many are you at right now? Actually, I forgot to ask.
we are at, so as of this episode, we have completed 40 card shows.
Damn.
Almost there.
I
Oh,
know.
almost halfway.
That's crazy.
I know, almost. Yeah, I think I'm gonna start looking to outsource some of the editing, just because it's like it gets very
Yeah.
A lot
taxing.
of content.
It's
to
a
go
lot of
through.
content.
Yeah.
I've taken a break in February and January. It kind of slowed down just because it's like it's very tiring to
Gotta
keep up
regenerate,
keep up with the content and still show up to card shows, still focus on the returns and like making sure we're not taking losses or reducing those areas. There's a lot of areas of improvement, but definitely the road has been a journey and it's been amazing. We've met a lot of people. We've
Nice.
grown our followers, building that community aspect. We gave away a jungle booster pack, right, for Christmas. And we're trying to do our best to maintain good relations with the people in the community and not burn any bridges. But I think shout out to Slim's Rips for giving us the opportunity up in Culture Vibe. And we worked with him on that spot and really trying to grow our network in the North County area, because he's really big in Chula Vista and South Bay. But, we're kind of set up shop up in Escondido to try to, get some of the market up there as well. Big shout out to my business partner, Wilson. Allowed me. Yeah, Wilson has allowed me to really focus on, he's the one who actually motivated me to start this business with him.
Nice.
Oh,
It
cool.
was before I was just doing content for Pokemon and stuff. I had all these ideas of
Yeah, we were talking before.
Yeah, we were
Yeah.
trying to collaborate, but then
Yeah.
I fell off on doing content. But then he reinvigorated me to why don't we just turn Silphco into content for us doing our card shows? So
Focus.
Focus. And it made it a lot easier because, in that aspect, trying to do that by yourself is very difficult. I always believe in the saying that, if you want to go fast, go by yourself. If you want to go far, go with other people, right?
We're together, yeah.
Yeah. So I think that, it's made it a lot easier to go to these card shows and, make it an adventure. Now we're traveling to like I mentioned earlier, we're going to Vegas this year. We're going to Santa
Nice.
Clara. We're going to actually be going to Florida, Fort
Wow.
Lauderdale. Yeah.
That's
We're going to
cool.
be going to Texas.
Dang.
We're trying to find a spot maybe in somewhere in the Northeast. We're just trying to tackle different cities everywhere.
Antarctica.
That's dope.
Yeah. Philippines. They be doing
Oh,
card
that'd be
shows.
cool.
Yeah, they be doing card
Yeah.
shows now there too. I met a guy in Orange County who made hella money doing
Yeah, I bet.
stuff like this, and then he's opened up his own card shop and coffee shop in the Philippines and stuff. I was like, damn, that could be me someday.
Are the cards in Tagalog or no?
Nah, it's in English.
All English?
Yeah, they haven't came out with a Tagalog version.
Or
Translation.
region?
They have-
okay.
It's
they
just
have-
Japanese,
Japanese
and
and
English.
No, there's
and
Japanese,
Korean.
English,
German.
Chinese,
Oh,
German,
Yeah.
I did not know that.
French.
It's like the main
Spanish,
region,
Spanish,
Okay.
Portuguese.
Yeah.
That's cool.
They have
That's
Thai.
Oh, they have tons
Yeah,
of
yeah. I went to Thailand and bought
Yeah.
a booster pack. I was like, that's
What?
crazy because of Don Quixote, right?
Oh, okay.
Don Donkey. Yeah, wherever
Love
there's a
that.
Don Quixote, I guess. It's
Yeah. Oh.
yeah. So I mean, yeah. Shout out to my business partners and shout out to my family for believing in the journey and supporting me on it.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I'll have my daughter come with me to some of the shows and stuff, which is nice, right?
That's cool. Bonding time. Right?
Bonding
Yeah.
time, yeah. And also my girlfriend would step in to help me at card shows, and it's something that I couldn't have done by myself, like I said. And
Yeah.
I'm very thankful for everyone for the journey.
I don't really have any upcoming events. Well, I mean, I'll be in Japan. I think I said it last episode already, but that's gonna be happening next week. So
Yeah.
you'll hear about it.
I'll send you my
in
stuff I want you to get
next
for me.
episode for the next episode. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, I just want to give a shout out to my cousin. It's funny. So I have a cousin. He's my girl cousin Joanna's boyfriend, right? So, but he's like my cousin now.
Okay.
I'm
they're
confused
like
already.
together.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like my direct cousin is
In-law.
is Joanna.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
but they're not like married or anything. But you know,
Okay.
it's like they're
All right.
close.
I'll take it.
It's a Filipino cousin, right?
Got it.
Yeah.
Everyone's
But
related.
Yeah, everyone's just related.
yeah, it's
That's
funny.
your uncle.
So
It's not
he's
your uncle.
he's my cousin named Jason, and he's actually from Hawaii.
No way.
Yeah, he moved here
That's
like
crazy.
a year
Does he
ago.
have a lot of
Momoa?
No.
Does he have a lot of tattoos?
He has not tons. He does have tattoos though.
Okay.
But yeah, no, he went paintballing with me yesterday.
Oh, what? That's cool.
Does he look like Jason, but he's shaved?
No.
Picture here.
So yeah, it was cool. He had a good time.
That's
BK
cool.
also invited a friend, Maria, to go out.
What? That's cool.
Yeah, so they had a really nice time. I think we were just playing, and I think it was one of those things where we thought we were going to play a few games and then just kind of leave. But I think they were having a good time, and we just ended up staying the whole day. We were like one of the last
Wow.
people to leave, and I was just so drained.
Their first time? Or
yeah,
no?
it was their first time.
And they wanted to play all day.
Yeah,
Dang.
But we were playing like the recreational, more concept field style
Yeah.
of play. So we're just kind of on like a schedule of like the field, and like they'll take out groups to different
Yeah.
fields
How big
or
were the-
maps.
How big was the group?
The start of the day, it was actually pretty big. It was probably like 40 people deep.
Wow.
So it was like
That's
20 on
wow.
20 like games, right?
That's grim.
and then
cool.
yeah, it was like it was one of the things I don't like about playing like
big games.
rec stuff. Yeah, because sometimes there's so many people,
It takes a long
and then
time.
it's like, hard.
Fortnite.
Yeah, and then it takes a while because some people like to just hide till the very end. And
Oh,
then, you
tunnel
know what I
rats.
mean? And then also too, it's hard to like keep track of who's on your team. Like
because they're not wearing like
yeah,
uniforms
like
or anything?
you'll get like a little like ribbon or something to put on, but sometimes
You
it's
don't
hard to
see it,
see it.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
some things are happening so
Got
fast.
paint on your face.
Yeah, dude. But no, I mean it was just great. It was great to get some new people into
That's cool.
this sport, and I'm glad they had a good time, even though they were both like super tired. They just wanted to go play again and shoot
It's
some more people.
fun.
So
It's
yeah,
fun.
yeah. Yeah. So hopefully next time they play, we'll get them on the speedball side and get into more like the quick.
Speedball?
Yeah,
Okay.
speedball. So
Is that
it's
what it's like the short? Is that what you call the shorter ones? Or?
it's like the more tournament style way of play with like the inflatable bunkers that are kind of set
Oh.
up
It's like 5 on
specifically.
5?
Yeah, 5-on-5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's
Yeah,
that's
it's
what I
faster.
like to play. It's a lot faster, and it's because actually like playing rec or like those maps is more tiring because sometimes the match will last like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and if you're on speedball, like 2 minutes is already starting to be a long game.
Oh.
So people will like they like to end it,
Yeah.
So yeah, thanks for coming out. See you again next time. And let's see. Oh shoot, I was gonna say something. I forgot.
You're
Oh, I don't know if I should say anything.
okay. Never
about
mind. Bleep.
Yeah.
Cut it out. Cut to laughter.
Yeah. Well, just looking forward to. Oh, actually, yeah, I had a. I don't know if I mentioned this last time. It's hard because we had this 4 in a row, so it's like, what did I talk about last time? I just want to say congratulations to one of my nephews. He just turned 1.
Hey.
Kai had a nice birthday in Poway Rec Center, so that was really fun.
Oh,
I just want to say to my cousin Chet, she did a great job orchestrating that, and also to Warren for throwing that party, and thanks for everybody's help there. With those parties, especially when you're going off site somewhere, there's a lot of setup involved. So thanks for everybody that helped out. Yeah, and excited to see 2 more first birthdays come in from that family. So
dang.
Wow.
yeah,
Outstanding.
excited.
Yeah, just again want to thank you, Carldee, for stopping by. It's always a pleasure having you here. And again, we're doing all these episodes kind of back to back, so there's not really much I can say for any upcoming events. I mean, I'll probably be at the courthouse on Valentine's because people are getting married.
Nice. Make that money.
Yeah,
There you
and
go.
then I guess just shout outs to the UCSD SDSU collegiate community. Doing some formals this month. So I'll probably see a bunch of people there. And then I think that's about it. I mean, just kind of right, because then you guys are going to be off for a while.
Yeah.
We're going to be taking a break after this episode for a little
vacation.
bit. Yeah, for the both of them. I'm still going to just be doing my own thing, but yeah.
You already took yours.
Yeah.
Our turn.
Yeah.
Shout out to Nadine, executive producer, of course, that lets us be in the space. To Carldee, thank you for coming over. I saw you brought your big ass suitcase. Sorry, it's not that type of episode.
It's all good.
But we will call you back for a FAQ specifically for all of this, where Art can ask all the Pokemon questions there.
Yeah.
Thank you to my in-laws. I got to see them. They're from Sacramento. We got to hang out, get pho, spend time with them. Shout out to my sister who finished her first 5K.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah,
Congrats.
She's been her.
I
and
read
her
that and I was like, "Are you about to do a 5K in May?"
Oh, not me. Shoot, I wish.
May his sister.
Yeah. My sister.
Not the month.
I thought that was an upcoming event. too.
Their whole family's been on this like fitness kick. I think ever since last year, ever since like my treatment
Health, man.
too. Yeah, health is important.
Yeah.
And then last but not least, well, not last, Robin. So shout out to the homie Robin Tabana, barbershop from the fraternity. He's over at Toyota. I got to chop it up with him and ride the new hybrid.
Oh, dang! I thought you were about to say Supra. I was
No,
like,
RAV4. Oh no,
Hybrid RAV4?
hybrid RAV4 2026. It's smooth, and you save a lot of gas too with a hybrid. It's like 600 miles for a whole
Dang, for like a SUV.
for SUV,
Especially for an SUV.
and I think it's like 41 or 47 miles per gallon. So
That's good, yeah.
All right, insert ad for the Toyota Hybrid.
I know. Talk to Robin about that sponsorship. But shout out to Robin. Like, he's always a dope guy. He's big into streetwear too. So that's where us two connect. And he's also been a business owner in his past life. Or I think he's revisiting that. I'm thinking about having him on the pod in the future too.
Sure.
And then our folks in the community, thank you for your love and support always, for getting us to 4,000 on Instagram.
Yeah, let's go.
Appreciate that. Like, yeah, let's go. Like, this is the year for that momentum. But do us one last favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel. It does help us out. Road to 500 subs. All right. Thank you for hanging out with us. I'm
This is Art.
Brian?
And Carl Dizzle.
Peace.
Peace.